So you leave this satellite place.
Well,
Do
so I'm
do
gonna tell
they?
you, not to cut you off, I'm gonna tell you how I left.
All right, let's roll with it.
So, because I know you asked, I know the channel is for a lot of people, who look at it and never been to the system before, and they wonder how it operates,
Mm-hmm.
what you need to be aware of, how you need to carry yourself. So they had a guy who was from my area. So, automatically, man, when you shipped up that road, that's what we call it. We call it the road. You shipped up that
Same
road.
here. Yep.
You link up with your rounds, people from around the same area. You be like, yeah, I'm from there. You don't really click up because you don't know them, but you kind of like it give you a little common ground. Something to talk about.
Yeah.
So old school, man. I'm running it with him. Didn't have nothing, no family. So I'm like, school, I drink. At the time, I'm smoking cigarettes. So I'm like, man, look, if you want coffee, cigarettes, bro, go ahead in the locker and help yourself, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is your cellmate.
So it's no sales. 120 people open dorm.
Okay, and this is in the satellite place, correct?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So he's like, man, cool, bro, cool. So I'm like, all right, well, he helps himself. Well, he got a few dudes that he hang with, and he opened my stuff up to them.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm on the yard. I'm working out, doing my little thing. Well, he opens it up to them. So somebody tell me, say, I don't know if you know or you know if it's cool, but old boy is in your locker when you leave, and he's giving your stuff away. So I'm like, what you mean giving my stuff away? He said, man, the guys he hang with, they all fixing them cups of coffee and rolling them joes for the yard. So I'm like, dang. Now I'm just leaving the parish, so it's new to me. So I'm like, do I kill him? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't kill him, I'm not gonna be living like that for no 8 years.
Yeah.
Do I kill him? Do I just set an example? So I go to somebody that I got kind of cool with. So I'm like, man, what do I do? Do I kill him? Do I set a big example? What would you do? She was like, no, don't kill him. Don't kill him for sure. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. But we, definitely approach him and see what he says. Give him the benefit of the doubt, man, to where maybe it was a misunderstanding. So I'm like, all right, man. So I'm like, dude, man, I know I told you can go in the locker, man, and get your stuff, man, but I was told that you giving my stuff away. And I don't mind giving you the source that told, because it ain't gonna be none of that. I want to know for real. She was like, no, man, I ain't, nah, around. That's what he said. Nah, around. It ain't like that. You my people. So I'm like, for sure, cool. So I go back to my partner. So I'm like, man, he said no. Now I'm really mad.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, man, I'm finna deal with him because I know you're lying. So me and my dog came up with a plan to go and holler at dude that he giving my stuff to. So I go to dude, I said, hey man, I said, look, I looked out for a boy, man. I told him it was all right for him to take care of you. He said, yeah, bro, he got me around. He got me. I said,
The
oh,
old
yeah.
okey doke, boy. I've done that numerous times. That's called the reverse sling back psychology, my friend.
Yeah, man.
That's
So
it.
now,
And that's a type of. I hate to stop you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the type of fucking mind games you're gonna see in prison. It's a
yeah,
chess game. It ain't all about and that might be the end result, but to get there and figure out what you got to do, you got to twist that mind around, man. And hey, that's the best way to put it, man. That's a great interpretation of it.
yeah. So now I'm finna go down.
Yeah.
So there was no knife play there. Like it ain't the penitentiary yet. A lot of people think they're in the penitentiary, but the penitentiary is a whole nother ball game. So it wasn't no knife play. It was a lot of from the shoulder. So I caught him the next morning coming out of the dorm, and I washed him up from the shoulder. So I washed him up. Well, he played it like a G, man. He's old school. So after, like when no people are around. So like they let everybody get out of the dorm at 8 in the morning, and the dorm always clean the dorm. So they pushed everybody out. Well, he at the front of the door. He waiting to get out on the yard. And a lot of the COs, they're late. So like it's a big group of us at the door waiting to get out, waiting for some
Yeah.
little fat chump to come and
Let us
open
out
his
to the
door.
yard. Yep.
Yeah, taking his time, like, because he know we want to get out. So he playing this little mind game like he the man.
Yep.
Open up the door. Well, when I caught him in the back, I washed him up just to let him know, like, I know you did it. But what he did, he played it like a G and he never told. He went to the infirmary and he come back to the infirmary right back in the dorm. So now this is a whole nother ball game for me because I'm like, dang, I thought for sure I gotta live with him. I thought for sure he was gonna check me out, but now he came in and now he's back in the dorm. So me and my boy, we start sleeping in shifts. When I'm asleep, he's woke. When he sleep, I'm woke. So I don't want to get caught slipping. Well, we did this for like 3 weeks, dog. So I was like, nah, it ain't going down like that.
And you ain't discussed anything with him. Y'all just kind of have this
No,
barrier
bro, no
up.
talking. Yeah, no talking.
And ladies and gentlemen, when you do stuff like that to an old head, man, and they know they can't put the shoulder or hand game on them, you know what I mean? They will kill you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I understand how you got to sleep in shifts, man, because you never know what the hell an old head's gonna do, man.
No.
You know?
Yeah. So 3 weeks, I said, you know what? I ain't doing it. I'm gonna go holler at him. So I was like, look, bro, I'm not gonna be running from you in the dorm, dog, and I don't expect you to run from me. I respect what you did by coming back in here. You know you was wrong. You know, I'm willing to let it ride, dog. If you jacked me, you played me, and I washed you up. I mean, I think we even. So he was like, man, I apologize, bro. Shook my hand. I apologize, bro. I was down bad. So I'm like, it's over, you hear me? So like, all right, it's over. Shit, it ain't over.
It wasn't over, man. There goes the mind games again, ladies and
What?
gentlemen. Do not believe anything you hear in that damn place, man.
Yeah. So midnight, man, everybody, man, in the dorm, dog. Midnight, they play some slow jams. I think it was called Quiet Storm.
Oh, I love them slow jams. Love
Yeah.
Below.
Man, so look, I got my headphones on. It's pitch black in the dorm. Well, it ain't pitch black, but it's dark.
It's dark.
I got my headphones on. I'll never forget it, dog. I was listening to Aaliyah Rock the Boat came on.
Yeah, that's a classic.
So my eyes closed, dog. I'm in my little zone. I'm asleep, but I'm not. Well, I feel a hot one hit me. Boom! It was like a solid thought.
Lights went on for a split second, huh?
What? Did they? So when I woke up, I seen it, a shiny thing coming back. So when I seen it, I moved out of the way and it hit my bed. So when it hit the bed, I tried to grab it and it was a rope. So I grabbed the rope and wrapped it around my hand. I slid off the bunk. And when I slid off the bunk, he was right there. So I'm immediately hitting, boom, boom, boom. I'm hitting him. Well, he takes the lock.
Oh, it was a
Somehow,
lock. Okay.
It was a lock. When I let it go, the rope go to hit, he slid it down. He slid it down the alleyway or the little aisle.
Yeah.
Somebody snatched it. When the people walk in, I'm on top of it. So I'm bleeding, dog. I'm bleeding. My whole face covered with blood. But I'm on top of him. So they snatch me and bring me out of the dorm and label me as the aggressor of the fight and ship me to the pen. So I got a freaking thing wrapped around my head.
That's not a good look to have going into the pen, man. I made a video on that. I said some of the worst ways to go to prison, and that was one of them. You don't want to go there with a black eye and broke nose already. They're going to be like, man, that dude just got violated from wherever the hell he was at, you know? Man.
So, but this is the thing. Word travels so fast.
Yeah.
Somebody there sunk a kite they found out where I was at and sent a kite. Like, it's my people, bro. He's legit. You heard me? He's legit. Find him. So now I'm up north now in the prison system. I'm up north in a spot called Wade.
Wade.
Well, yeah, Wade.
Okay.
So I'm from down south. So the south and the north, now the south and the north are real different in the system. You know, it's like it's your land. And you know, when you in the south, you get treated a little differently. So when the south come to your land, you act a little different.
Yeah, you got a little
You know,
pep in your step too if you're in your area.
yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly
So
what you mean.
I'm in an unfamiliar ground, which I mean, it's no big deal. But when I was sent, the warden sent word to that warden, like, dude's trouble. He's trouble. Um, his charges was this. Like they always throw that in, bro. Like everywhere you go, it's like it just carries with you. Like you convicted with this, but they keep throwing this in the face. Like that the attitude is like, I don't know who you think you was, where you're from, but you ain't gonna be that here.
Yeah.
This is our house, that type of fake mentality.
Yeah.
So I was there for a little while and they end up shipping me down south. So in the period of 6 months of my penitentiary run, I've been to three different facilities. You go to their prison, and then from there, if they sending you down south or keeping you there, move you. Like they send something like Angola. I passed through Angola, through Hunts. That's Hunts is our processing. Then they send you to the facilities that you're gonna stay at for a little while, unless trouble.
I've heard of well, before I ask you this, is it levels? Do they have 2, 3, 4, 5 level prison? Do they go by that or
Uh,
what?
no, no, it's not really. So there's a state penitentiary, LSP, which is Angola. That's the Louisiana State Penitentiary. And there's other DOC facilities, like little branches off. Um, it's just as
It's just
violent.
a minimum or maximum security, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's minimum, maximum, and you get statuses, like you get different levels, I guess you could say, yeah, inside the prison, to where you can live a little differently. But once you go to a new facility, I don't care where you go, you're gonna start out in a project or you're
Yeah.
gonna start out in a hole. I started out in a hole. So you get to experience and see different things, you
Yeah.
know. Um, you know,
Angola, man, I've heard a lot about that place. I don't know why I've heard that more than any other. Is that supposed to be some kind of notorious prison out
So
there?
it is, man. It's our state prison now. It holds nothing but lifers. If you don't have life, or if you don't know anybody, know anybody, I guess, like in politics or whatever, your family maybe, they move you from there and they try to fill up the other facilities. But it's famous for the Angola rodeo. It's big.
What's that?
So the rodeo, man, the Angola rodeo is where all convicts they ride the bulls. They
Oh,
pull up on.
I've seen a movie on that, man. They made a movie. I can't remember the name though.
So I've been to it a few times. It's amazing, bro. And
Yeah.
like even people from the streets will come. So like, while you're there, your family can come from the streets, man. If you participating or you just watching, man, you get to see them. They buy a lot of like hobby craft type stuff. It's a big festival for prisoners.
That's crazy, man.
Insane, bro. It's legit.
Damn. Bull riding inmates.
Look, hey,
That's
man,
unbelievable.
it's like Bourbon Street of the penitentiary. You heard me?
That's crazy, man. So, uh, so they threw you in there for well, you just had a quick stay over there in Angola.
Yeah, so I just passed through and they had all lifers that were staying there. So like if you didn't have life, immediately they had put like 260 something people on a bus. So I got there, transferred to different buses on out of the prison.
Okay, so you were just
And
there
then
pretty much transferring throughout.
yeah, just transfer. Then you go to a spot called Hunts, which is like the processing center. You got to spend your time in Hunts. It was like 6 weeks I spent there. That's crazy little lockdown. 23-1 basically. You
Yep.
heard me? Let's shout
Yep.
out. You know,
Damn, that's a good
20,
name.
23-1, and then
Shout out to that YouTuber, man. 23-1. He's a beast, man. I love him.
you're a beast, man.
Hey, that's what's up. All right, so
Yeah,
your hunts is pretty much 23-1.
yeah.
Uh,
So I was sent to WCI.
WCI.
Um, yeah. So when I went to WCI, man, one of the craziest things, man, I've seen it all. I think I've seen it all, man. From raping to willingly people just, I mean, doing what they do, bro. That was like open,
Oh, so that's an open type of thing.
yeah, like makeup, the stuff that you would see normally, like in the movies. That's kind of like that's the land that we're in now.
Yeah.
But man, one of the craziest things, man, that I ever seen, bro, and I didn't want to leave this out. So I was on extended lockdown, and on extended lockdown, you literally have people eating their feces, bro. Like literally using the bathroom, dog. In
Were
the
they just crazy?
Yeah, but they lost their mind, bro. Normal people, man, like normal people like me and you, just lost it, dog. And later on in my stay, I'm bringing up situation like after when I was out, not to jump too far ahead, but I'm like, man, dude, like, man, dude used to walk the compound like you today, and he just went back there and lost his mind. 19 years in solitary, and
Extended stay. I think they made a
yeah,
documentary maybe on that.
oh
That
yeah,
sounds
I'm
very
sure.
familiar, man.
Yeah, so like, man, it was so crazy. Like, you get your food in a loaf, like all
Oh
your
yeah.
stuff, like everything just piled up on top of each other. Dessert, it don't matter, but everything in a loaf, they slide it in your tray if you eat. And like, man, one of the things, bro, like, you go and take a shower. Now you're always locked in bars. So if when you get out, you got 10 minutes to shower. So basically you 23 hours and 50 minutes and 10 minutes to shower.
Yeah.
So if you just so happen to argue with somebody, but they literally have bottles of feces and piss formulating for weeks. And after you shower, when you walk past their cell, they squeezing it on and you can't do nothing because you locked in a cell, dog, and they ain't never get out of it.
Yeah, there was a place where people didn't even get out over here in Virginia. They didn't even want to get out because that's what was gonna happen. They were like, I just bird bath. I'm not going to the dog cages because I know they're gonna throw feces and urine at us. There was just those people that did it. Even if you didn't argue with them, that's just what they did.
It, bro.
They
Like
were
to see
they lost their
somebody
mind.
eating it, like that was like one of the. I don't know if it changed me for the better or the worse, bro. Because like to see that, like that's not what I was expecting. You know?
Yeah, that's nasty as hell, dog. I
Yeah,
don't give a shit. That's nasty.
that changes your life, bro. It changes everything about you. Like if you see that, bro, and you don't be like, this not for me.
Yeah.
I just want to go home.
And and another thing that makes it really crazy is that you could see that on the streets like that dude's a maniac, but then if you see it in prison, you're like, damn, I'm living in this. This is where we
Yeah,
live. This is like,
yeah,
how the hell did I end up here? You know what I mean? My
yeah.
neighbor's eating shit. It's
Right, and
crazy.
it's backwards. It's backwards because like most people who make the most noise be the biggest cowards.
Yeah.
You know, you see people coming in selling wolf tickets, and then the next thing you know, their name changes. The quiet ones. Like one thing about it, it's different than a lot of facilities. Like I lived. I ain't gonna lie. I lived. I did a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
I lived because I didn't want to waste that many years of my life. So I gambled. I ain't do no crazy stuff, but I gambled. I did my little drugs. And I lived. So it's different. If you want to just skate clean and be away from the drama and just read your books at your bed, educate yourself, and get out, man, you can do that. you can do that.
And this
But
was at pretty much all the establishments that you've seen?
this is pretty much everywhere. Like, yeah, you might get, somebody might run up on you. I've seen people run up on those guys, and at the end of the day, it's like, "Dawg, you down bad. Like, why even let the man go home?"
Yeah.
Somebody will usually step up and be like, "Look, I done stepped up for people myself. That just, not really that they were cowards or nothing, just wasn't about that life. They didn't want nothing to do with it. They just wanted to go home to their family. And at some point in time, like, as you do time, you got to be a man and be like, look, you ain't gaining no stripes for that. Mess with me,
Yeah, I've
mess with
seen that
somebody.
many times,
Mess with
man.
somebody's gonna give you a run for your money.
Yeah.
You know.
Or that was would you say there was a lot of people doing any kind of extortioning or anything like that? Stealing people's food? Should people have to
Yeah.
worry about that in these prisons? If you're
A
a
little
victim, at
bit.
least. If you're a sheep, I guess, right?
Yeah. Like, if you just, like, some people bring things upon themselves. Like, you ain't about that. You go to the gambling table, you kind of asking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta live, but if you ain't about that, then live where you can live. Don't put yourself in situations to where somebody gonna try to take your manhood because you owe them, or you just indulging in the things that you're not really built to handle in, and then they come and take your stuff, and then you don't do nothing about it. So once you don't do nothing about it, then the next man will be like, I ain't had nothing in years, so you ain't never gonna have nothing.
Yeah.
Somebody might cuff you and be like, look, man, you basically, for me. And in the way the system is versus the parishes, like, they'll BFF you, I guess you could say, in these terms. They'll BFF you, man, and trick you your whole sentence. you know
I've
uh
seen it, man.
yeah.
You know what's weird about the gambling thing? This I've never said this before, but for some reason you talking about it kind of made me realize how crazy it is. I was gambling, 18 years old in prison, no facial hair, no tattoos just yet, but I was still gambling. I had a couple tattoos here and there, but nothing major. Fresh in the system, gambling with. I was in a prison with killers doing life. And I'm gambling with these dudes, and it was weird, because I never looked at it like this, but I was collecting money from dudes that's like 40 years old, and I'm 18, and they could have easily dusted my ass off. And
Yeah.
just thinking about it, put yourself. Let's say I'm 40, and I'm having an young buck, 18-year-old collecting, his poker money.
Yeah.
Some people are like, man,
It's
I ain't paying this young punk, man. I'm just gonna dust him off. But God protected me on a lot of those situations. I never looked at it like
Yeah.
that. It's a
And that's real, though. That's real. And
yeah.
and I guess it's like, you know, once you're in a different area, um, you know, we all here for something that we done done. So, like, if you ain't just openly soft and you carry yourself a certain way, at any moment it could be me or you. So you might not think you could pay me, but if I'm here, I want my stuff. So you never know. No matter how old you are, though, you never know
You
who
never
you
know.
finna try to play with, man. It could be your last time playing
Yeah.
with somebody, you
But
know.
yeah, but it's some guys, they have a pride issue because they're older, and
Yeah.
they're like, man, I'm older, man. I got wisdom, I got knowledge, I got hands. I've been here, I've done that. I've been to 40 prisons. This is his
Yeah.
first prison, and he's licking me on poker.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
guys
And I've
think.
seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens. Yeah.
Uh, where would you say you did the majority of your time at?
WCI for that.
WCI,
Yeah, WCI.
and that was cell living, I'm guessing.
No, it was I mean, I did work in cell block time.
Uh huh.
I did extended time, but that's dorms.
Okay.
All open dorms. I think it was like 80 beds, no bunk beds. One thing about the state of Louisiana, man, it's no bunk beds.
Damn, y'all all riding on Cadillacs.
Yeah.
That's all
No
right. We
bunk
always
beds.
wanted to get those single bunks. We always had the
Yeah.
doubles. I've seen triples too. So
Yeah.
when you get them singles, man, it
I've
was
seen
always
triples
nice.
on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the food in that place, man? The canteen. Was there anything out of the ordinary that you say that you probably got that others you haven't heard or thought that someone would get in the institution?
Nah.
Just the basic shit, huh?
Yeah, just the basics, man. Basics. I worked out a lot, so I was a tuna fish and hookup kind of guy, you know.
Yep. They had free
Weights.
weights.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was like 90 pounds on the bench. We used to tie bar like dumbbells.
Yeah.
We'd tie the dumbbells on it to get a little extra weight. Um, yeah, we did a lot of stuff. I fought in prison. Like they had boxing teams. They had football pads. You travel to other facilities.
See, this is and you've been out for what? What'd you say?
8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
I wonder if that's changed, man. Cause like we have. I mean, I heard when I went to prison, I heard stories about all this stuff. You know, the boxing, the
Yeah.
but I never saw it. It was taken out before I,
Or you got
right
there.
when I got there or something
That's
like
kind of
that.
how a
So-
lot of things go. You know, you hear about it as soon as you get there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy,
I
man.
got to see it.
You ever get up in the boxing ring or anything like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I did. And it's crazy. Like I watch the show a lot. I never hear people talk about the field, man. What are you familiar with, like the field or work
Field?
in the system? Yeah, y'all don't have fields.
No, I've never. Well, what is it? Maybe you just have it in a different
yeah.
term.
So your work, like in the prison system, you gotta work. You ain't just finna sit up around and walk.
Oh, they
the
force
yard.
you to work, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we don't have. We have that maybe in a level 1 camp. Hold on. Damn. Them jets flying tonight, boy.
Yeah.
Fighter pilots always flying late night.
Yeah.
My fault. All right, so you said so they pretty much forcing you to work. Is that pretty much in all the facilities or?
All DOC, like all prison, like the prison system itself. None of the satellite camps or detention centers, but man, dog, it's wild, bro. Like when you first get there and you hit the field, you 150 people deep. So you got a crew, dog. You get in line, you waiting to go out the prison into like the woods or field. And as you get out, somebody grabs you like an axe. I mean, hands you an axe, swing blade. So like when you might walk 5 miles, 3 miles to your cut, and it's like the chain gang. And when you get there, you take your tool, you touch the man on the side of your tool, you touch his tool, and you cut as the guard on the horse tells you to cut. So it's like, cut, you swinging, cutting grass,
Damn.
cutting trees.
With a sift
first-
type of thing.
Yeah.
I always want to try cutting grass with that.
Man, look,
Is it hard?
The first 2 weeks, though, I'm going through gloves and a week, blisters on your hands. Like I'm like this. I can't move my arms. It's crucial. But after, man, by like 6 months, I'm freestyling this thing.
You like the dudes out there in the street corner with the signs.
Yeah. But
Hey, that's crazy,
P-Gang,
man.
Look, P-Gang. So you might cut a mile in 6 to 9 months. Then you come back and clean it. And once you get it all clean, the trustees come behind you and plant, and you go to a new one.
That's crazy. They paying you something at least?
So like if you on an aggravated charge or you doing flat time, you get 4 cents an hour. But if you got good time, like I did 10 on the 20, so I ain't get paid. That was my payment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you're getting something out of it at least, you know what I mean? But 4 cents. I mean, what the hell is that gonna do? I mean, it does help.
Nothing.
You probably get what, an extra $15-$20 a month. To someone that don't get nothing, that's like, thank God I get my little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's wild. I've never heard that. That sounds like some old time shit. That's some really down south type old shit you seen on like the movie Life.
Oh yeah.
You got the dudes on horseback and shit. That's crazy. They got guns out there on the horses or what?
Hell yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, I done seen him shoot the gun. You shoot the gun, you lay down. You know, somebody get out the gun line and they shoot the gun. Whoever made them shoot the gun, you buy the bullets $30, $38 for the bullet, and they lock you up and usually take about 180 days from you,
That's
which
crazy,
is
man.
90 off the top and 90 off the bottom. You know.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I think I might bring you on for part two. I'm sure you got other stuff that you'll
Oh
probably
yeah.
remember that you ain't talked about. But before we leave, man, I enjoyed this. I really did. And I always
Yeah,
tell
me
people,
too, man.
man, almost everyone I had on the show, I enjoy hearing their stories. And yours
Yeah.
sounds pretty legit, man. I don't feel any kind of
So
fishiness out of it.
yeah.
I appreciate you coming on once
Oh,
again.
yeah.
But tell me, man, you've been out 8 years. It's excellent. You're doing what you need to get done. Family man, and you got a kennel business going on right now,
You
correct?
know,
Royal Kennels. I see it on your shirt.
royalties. Yeah.
Let's hear
My
about it, man.
Teespring, you know.
Oh, you got the old Teespring too,
Oh
huh?
yeah. Oh yeah.
They
Oh
taking advantage of all us YouTubers,
yeah.
man.
Hey, but look, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's so much like the phone calls, the work. You know, I'm glad they handling it. You all
That
this, they ship
exactly.
it,
I ain't
take
got to
care
deal
of
with
it.
none of that crap. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's like my personal store. You
Yeah.
know what
I feel like they working for me for real, but really,
I
They
mean?
they eating. They eating, dog. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But it is what it is. You
It
know,
is what it
you
is. They
give, you take. You know.
yeah.
So what are you doing out there now, man? How'd you get into this whole dog
Look,
thing?
man, I always mess with pit bulls since like before my prison sentence. And like when I got out, man, I seen the American Bully, which the American Bully breed. It's created from a pit bull and a Staffordshire Terrier. It's a combination of the two purebred dogs crossed together to make the American Bully. It
Okay.
has the pit bull look. The temperament is absolutely amazing. There's a lot of shows that represent the breed. It's a dog that's amazing with family. So it kind of matches my new personality as a man. You know, I might have that look, but deep down inside, I don't want no problems.
Old
I'm
Cuddles.
cool.
Old Mr. Cuddles. You know?
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of
I know
like an
what you mean.
OG now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So just laid back family man, and that's how the dogs are. I've been breeding them now for 7 years. Also work, you know. So I've been doing it's an amazing thing, bro. It's like therapy to me,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you ever ship dogs out of state or anything like that,
Man, I
or
ship
people?
everything out of state, man. I ship them out of the country, out of the state. I have some in the Bahamas, you know.
And that's
I'm
allowed to
in
be done. I don't know anything
Yeah,
about that stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like every dog. I don't sell much local. I sell a lot of dogs. I have Canada, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Washington, Florida, Cali, everywhere, man,
That's crazy.
everywhere.
How the hell they ship them?
So we used to ship them by plane,
Just wrap them
but
up in some
recently,
plastic wrap and
no.
call it a day, man. Some bubble wrap.
Hey, hey, look. You rather mess with them COs than mess with Peter.
I know that's right, man. I know that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Peter, boy, they'll be at your door quick. You know what I mean? So yeah, tell me. I don't know nothing about it, man. Well, hey,
so
before you get into
yeah.
that, on how they're shipped, I read something in prison. Actually, I think it was in jail. It was a Maxim magazine, and I remember this. Maybe you could expound on it or tell me a little bit if this is true. But this is what I read, that pit bulls got their name from back in Roman times. They used to throw them in the pit, and it would bring the bulls down by
Yeah,
latching onto the ring of their nose.
absolutely.
Is
Yeah,
that right?
that's correct.
Wow.
Yeah, that is
Excellent.
correct.
Maxim, boy, I knew y'all were telling the truth. That's cool as hell, man. It's unbelievable, you know?
Yeah, man.
All right, well, henceforth with the packaging of the goods. How
Yeah,
does that
so
happen?
you take the dog, man, the puppy, you bring it to the vet, you get a vet health certificate because you can't enter into another state without the vet health certificate. And there's a certain type of crate that you would use when we were flying. So what they was doing, they were putting it in the cargo section of the airplane. or you can carry on. Like just say if I had a family come from Alaska. You come in from Alaska, you have your little bag, basically. You pick your dog up, and I have all the right vet paperwork, and you can carry the puppy on with you and go to your house. Or I ship it to you into the cargo section. Well, a dog died about maybe 2 years ago, a year and a half, 2 years ago. So they shut it down. Now there's legit ground shippers who will come to your house, pick up. I shipped two out this morning.
Wow.
I shipped one to Ohio and I shipped one to Florida. Um, so they come to your house in a van with like 20, 30 puppies.
Oh damn, man.
Four
So
hundred
you don't do the
bucks.
whole out of country thing no more
So yeah,
since they
I'm
ended
sending
that
one.
thing.
Yeah, so I'm sending one right now to the Caribbean. I'm getting an international health certificate. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna drive it to Miami, and Amerijet in Miami are sending it out. Well, this guy, he's gonna send a friend. He's gonna fly down to New Orleans. I'm gonna meet him at the airport in New Orleans, give him the puppy, and he's gonna fly back with it.
Oh, that's cool. A little carry
Yeah,
on session.
yeah, the carry on thing. It's a lot easier, man. Internationally, it's a
Yeah.
long ride for a puppy, man. So to have you come and pick it up, like if I'm spending 2,000 or 3,500, the pups range from like 2,000 to 3,500 a puppy. If you're spending that much money, man, you might as well just go ahead on and
Yeah,
come
just
pick it up.
grab a plane ticket, go pick it up, and
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, well, that's what's up, man. You do have a YouTube channel. I remember you say you
I
got some
do.
go live
Yeah.
sometimes. What's the channel
Oh
name?
yeah. Royal Kennels.
Royal
Yeah.
Kennels. And
Royal Kennels.
if you got website or anything that or the YouTube channel, of course, Instagram, all that, man. Send me the links, and I'll make sure to
Yeah.
pin it in the comment section, description for everyone to go check out, ladies and gentlemen. Go support the cause. Look out for the cookout if you want a good, pretty
I
dog. I
appreciate it.
looked at your dogs and they look beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
I still think you
Yeah,
need to
I
get into
appreciate
the old English bulldog scene.
it. Put her name Lucy, right?
Oh, Lucy girl, yeah,
Lucy.
man, Lucy boy, I love her, man. I swear, I've had a wide variety of dogs with my family growing up and stuff, and I swear, man, them things, they just do what the hell they want, man. I've trained every dog that I've had or pet throughout life. Even as a little kid, I was always training them to sit down, roll over, or halt, stop, come over here, and they would always do it.
Yeah.
English bulldog ain't doing it. I don't know what it is, man. They
I see that.
hard-headed, man. I
Yeah.
love it though. I love it. And it's the best dog I've ever had, man. I hate to say it, but she's a good girl.
No doubt.
But that's what's up, man. You've been out 8 years. You're doing your thing, grinding legally. That's the most important thing.
Everything legal, man.
And it feels
Everything
good, don't it?
does, man.
It does, man. I bet
Yeah.
some of this stuff kind of feels like a bad dream. Like I've been out of prison for going on 5 piece now, and sometimes it just feels like I didn't do it. It's just like,
Wow, huh?
yeah, it's just like a haze,
Oh,
but you did it. And
yeah. Man, I'll never forget, man, before we cut off, the day I got out, man. Real talk, bro. I was when I was released out the gate, I walked to my family's vehicle. I didn't even feel my feet hit the ground, dog. Like I was floating, bro. Real talk. I was floating, man.
it's a whole nother type of energy, man.
Yeah.
I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, it's like being reborn. It's like you're being reborn. You're tasting food again for the first time. You're
Right.
touching a female. You ain't touched a female in years. You touch her. It's like the first time all over again. And I tell
Yeah.
people, I say, I wish they could experience this. Because you know what? Even though we're behind bars and we see crazy shit, I feel like someone should be locked up at least a week in a cell.
Yeah.
Take everything from them because they will walk out that damn cell in 1 week with a whole new
Absolutely,
view
man.
of life.
Yeah.
And it won't take a lot of shit for
No
granted.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming on to the channel. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Appreciate you, brother.
Just keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully we bring you on for part 2, man.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. It's
All right,
good.
man. Send me those links, and we'll get it jumping, all right?
All right, brother. Appreciate
All
it,
right,
man.
Salute to you, man. Be easy out there.